Buying a house from out of town can be a bit challenging and a little bit scary. The good news is we help people do this all the time. I am going to talk to you about how we do this now. Hey everyone, my name's Jamie Pretzi. I'm a real estate agent in Miami Beach, and I work with my husband, Ogden Pretzi. We are a real estate team here in South Florida, and we are more than happy to always be a resource for you. Today, I am going to talk to you about some really important things that you need to know about buying a home from out of state. But first, before I get started, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another update. I do put out new videos every week. Also, use the link in our information box and download our free relocation guide today. Okay, let's get started. It's no secret that our local real estate market can be a little bit complicated to navigate. Two of the biggest areas in Florida are Miami-Dade County and also Broward County. And these two counties pull a lot of people in from all over the United States and also the world. And so what happens is there's just a lot of different neighborhoods, a lot of different property types, and many different price points. And it can be very hard to navigate purchasing real estate here. So you have to make sure that you're working with someone who's an expert, who can carefully guide you so that you can stay focused on that process and not get sidetracked into purchasing something that you don't really want to buy. So let's break down what you really need to know first. So if you've watched any of my real estate videos in the past, you know that I am a big advocate of speaking to a lender ASAP if you need financing. If you're purchasing with cash, a little bit different discussion, but ultimately you want to know from the very beginning what is your buying power. And even if you are buying with cash, you really need to understand how much you want to budget for owning that property every single month. We have property taxes and we also have insurance. And our insurance here, consists of a lot of things that revolve around the hurricane season and also flood zones. So it's really, really important to know your buying power if you're getting financing or cash, kind of what you want your monthly budget to be so that you can build a plan around that budget. We get very specific into the details with financing and also insurance details when we do a buyer consultation, but you have to be very laser focused in on the price point of the property and the ultimate cost of owning that property from month to month so that we know what type of properties to show you and send you in the searches whenever a new property comes on the market. Sometimes I have buyers who are looking in one part of the city and then they're like, I just really don't want to pay for insurance for that part of the city because the flood zone, the insurance is a little bit more expensive. Maybe they were looking at waterfront properties, but when they found out the cost of owning a waterfront property, they changed their mind. After you've really determined the budget for this purchase and your buying power and how much you want to spend every single month, then you need to let us know whether you want to purchase a condominium or a single family home. Obviously, there are different expenses in owning either one of those types of properties, but that's the next thing that you would really want to focus on. And then from there, the neighborhood where you want to live. Now, this is a biggie, especially if you're not from here, because that's going to be a really difficult thing to determine if you've never been here or you've only been here as a tourist. I highly recommend, if you are not familiar with our area or you haven't been here in a while, to please come and visit the city. You need to really determine what area you like based on how you are planning to use the property. Do you need it to be close to a job or daily activities or a school or whatever it is that you are trying to get out of that property? Do you want to be in a high rise in the city because you like that feel? Then you need to come and drive around the city and kind of get a feel of the buildings. Do you want to be in a single family home neighborhood? I have people who are really coming here and they've never really been here before, and they can be here between Broward County and Miami-Dade County, and those are two huge areas with a lot of different real estate, and you can get very confused and it can get frustrating very quickly if you are not familiar with those areas. So highly recommend, if you're not from here or you haven't been here in a while, to please make one trip, and that trip should really be taking time to drive around the neighborhoods and the city. You need to come and experience that. Maybe spend a few days here, maybe spend a week, maybe spend 2 weeks, whatever it is. It's important to come here so you understand where you are purchasing the real estate. Next, I want to tell you about a few mistakes that I unfortunately see buyers make all the time. Now, our local real estate market is very competitive, and one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is not setting the correct budget. And the reason why this can be a big mistake in our area is because depending on the neighborhood where you are trying to buy a property, you may find yourself in a bidding war. And so if you are looking at properties a bit over your budget in the hopes of negotiating down, that may not be a realistic scenario for that neighborhood and that price point. There are a lot of variables that go into determining sort of the market for that area where you're trying to buy, whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, and we can really get into that in more detail once we understand what you're interested in buying. But some areas have a little bit more leeway for negotiating while others do not. So you really have to go into this with setting a correct budget expectation so that you don't spend time looking in the wrong price point, because that can get frustrating very quickly. And if you're doing that and you are making offers on homes that are, selling way over the actual asking price, that will also get frustrating very quickly. The next thing that I see people make a mistake on is not understanding what area they really want to be in. And although, we're more than happy to help you and show you properties all day long, if you are not really focused in on a neighborhood where you really want to buy, it will get frustrating really fast, because you will find yourself sitting outside of open houses in a big line of people and spending time in the wrong neighborhood. You really have to get super laser focused on where you want to be and what you intend to get out of that property, what the end goal of that property is, where the location is, where you want to be every single day. Next, I highly recommend that you do not listen to people who do not live here. And even if they do live here, it's important to know that everyone in Miami knows everything about real estate, but most people don't know that much about real estate here. So everyone here is an expert. Miami real estate is always a popular topic of conversation wherever you go in our city, and there are a lot of real estate agents here. You work with someone that you trust and someone who knows the local market very well so that you can get the best advice and not waste time being all over both counties or all over 100 neighborhoods or in a lot of different buildings. So if you don't want to be super frustrated, find someone that you really trust and you like, read the reviews, ask past clients, whatever it is, but work with someone who can guide you. So number one, it saves you time and then a lot of frustration. And also you want to make sure that when you go under contract, you're working with someone who knows what they're doing. Okay, so now you're organized and now you know what to do and what not to do. Now, what is the game plan? So after you've been here, you've really determined the neighborhood that you want to be in, or you don't have to come as long as you know really where you want to be. You've got your budget in place, we're ready to go. So we've already done our buyer consultation, properties are already hitting the market. So let's say you're here, obviously as soon as something comes on the market, we can go show you. But if you're not here, we are more than happy to do video tours for you and send you the link to the videos online. We can also, meet you on FaceTime and do the tour with you over FaceTime. Whatever it is, we are more than happy to accommodate you to get you into the property. For condominiums, if you've been in a condominium building and let's say you like the O1 line of a condominium, I'm really comfortable with people making offers on those types of properties because really it's the same floor plan, the same thing, just usually the finishes are different. Maybe the view is different based on the line of the unit. And we can show you a lot of that through video. Single family homes, again, if you want to purchase a property and you're not here and you're not planning to come, we can always help you through that. But Houses have a lot of variables that I really think you kind of need to be here to see that property in person, to get a feel of that property. Again, ultimately it's up to you, but if you're really comfortable with that neighborhood, you know where it is, and you're okay making an offer sight unseen, again, we can help you with that as well. The most important thing to know is that if you are out of town, we can do a lot of the work, the core work, with you not even being here. The inspectors go to the property, they email all the reports, they can even get on the phone with you. All of the signatures are electronic. Most of the vendors know how to work in a long distance capacity anyways. Pre-COVID, a lot of our clients were already buying real estate sight unseen or buying it long distance. They would come to town and then they would leave, and then we would finish the transaction for them long distance, whatever it is. We were already experienced doing that, so this just sort of accelerated that trend. There is a lot to know. There's a lot of prep to do. We really enjoy working with buyers, and we really enjoy walking our out-of-town buyers through the process of buying real estate in our area. If you have more questions about buying real estate in Miami-Dade or Broward counties, know that we are always here to be a resource for you. You can reach me at 305-793-8965, and you can also use our link below to download our relocation guide. Okay, that's it, and I will see you soon.